Hello shape enthusiasts, are you sick of building bespoke factories? Wouldn't it be nice if you could have one factory that could produce any random shape the game throws at you? Well, welcome back to another episode of our MAM building series where we'll attempt to build exactly that. On our last episode, we started off with a dynamic shape selector, this crazy mess that kind of looks like a spaceship. It's basically pulling in one of every shape. We've got a star, a circle, a square, and an emerald. And it's pulling it into these quartering devices that I made last episode, and it's splitting that shape into its 4 quarters. Those 4 quarters are being fed into 4 of these platforms, which are the first of our circuitry platforms. They take one of every quarter shape, and it decides based on what the current shape that's being outputted by the milestone is. It decides what to take. So we've got one for bottom right, one for bottom left, one for top left, and one for top right. So you can see that when it outputs all of the selected shapes based on that quarter. This shape, in fact, I think I've pinned the milestone. No, I haven't pinned. Maybe I'll pin the milestone. It doesn't let you pin milestones in this game. I don't know why. It's a bit annoying. But if we just copy this shape code and we right click to edit, I think I did save the shape code there. This is the shape we're trying to make here that I've put as a location marker. But you can see we've got the 4 parts of this shape. Now, what is the next step to making the MAM? Well, we've got the shape. We probably need to color each quarter. Because as you notice, in the various shapes that you try to make, if you just focus on one layer, each part of a layer could be colored differently. I mean, sure, the blue ninja star is all blue, but the layer underneath you can see is a checkerboard of green and uncolored. So the next logical step is to figure out how to dynamically paint these quarters into the correct color that they're supposed to be. The other thing that we could do is we could merge this shape basically and create the actual milestone shape, right? I think I want to go that way because we're going to need to merge the shape eventually. It might be step 3 of the MAM, but I think we should take that step first since this is the shape that we're trying to create and that shape is currently uncolored. So why don't we attempt to do that? I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure it out and you guys can come along for the journey. Let's get started. So I'm going to just drop a massive platform to play around in. I think that's way too big. I think I can make this work on a 2x2. We'll bring in our constituent parts of shapes. So these should be full space belts of 12 if I'm not mistaken. And this one's empty because our shape is missing a quarter. I think the hardest challenge of this step is going to be dealing with the missing quarters. We're going to have to do some logic because obviously if you can feed a shape into a stacker, right, or a swapper, whatever you like, but you can't feed in a missing component. It's not going to stack. You can't just feed in an empty belt and expect the stacker to work. It's not going to work. It's going to be like, where's my other half of the shape you want me to stack, right? Does it come out or am I wrong? No, it just stops. With no shape, you can't stack. Great. So how are we going to build the stacker? Well, let's work with the parts of the shape that we do have. Maybe we should label the inputs of this thing so we know which part is what, because these are the 4 quarters, right? So we need some labels. So this is, I believe, we need to trace it back to where it's coming from. Oh, no, wait, we don't need to trace it back to where it's coming from because I believe I built these rotators such that it's rotating the shape to its correct position. Okay, so we don't even need to really care about labeling them. We know exactly where they are, so we just need to stack it. This is the top section and this is the bottom section of the shape. Very simple. So basically, all I need to do is create some sort of stacker to stack this. So there's 2 ways to stack objects in this game. Well, bent stackers are even better, right? But there's 2 ways to stack objects. We can stack them with a stacker. So this will give us our top half very easily. Let's just confirm that. Yep, that's how you get the top half of a shape. I know how stackers work. Excellent. And the bottom half is going to pose a bit of a challenge because one of them is blank. So we basically, with the blank one, we just need it to pass through, right? So we need to look at the 2 belts that is coming in and read the contents and see, is it blank? And if it's blank, then we need to get the other belt to bypass the stacker. Let's see if I can figure out some circuitry to do the bottom belt first, because the top belt's easy. Whatever logic we do there, we'll just copy over. Basically, the goal is merge these 2 belts together into one shape. I might not use a stacker. I might use a swapper because the swapper, let's see how to do it with a swapper. I'm not too familiar with swappers, guys. I know it's a MAM series, but we're gonna have to learn some stuff on the way. I vaguely know how to do this. I've finished the whole game, right? So surely. If we get a swapper, I know where the swapper is. It's somewhere. It's in the cutting section. If we get a swapper, obviously that's gonna swap and give me the exact shape that I want. What? What? Alright, sure. Okay, so it's just a swapper. The swapper will give me the exact shape that I want. This swapper is forever going to troll me. I thought I have to do some weird rotation with it, but apparently I don't. And then maybe this will give me exactly what I want to. But again, it works exactly the same way, right? You can't pass an empty belt into a swapper. It's going to go, nope, I don't like that. I'm not going to give you any output. So given an empty belt, we need to find a way to bypass the whatever swapping array or stacking array I end up creating. So let's figure out how to do that logic. We get our wire. Maybe we go the belt reader route. What do you guys think? The belt reader maybe will tell us something. If we... Oh, nope, we need to go that way and F to flip. So if we read the belt, maybe we'll do this. There's only ever going to be 2 belts, I'm thinking. I'll figure out how to scale it up. Let's just get it working for one. Belt reader is this way. What? I want this belt reader, but flipped. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I think I gotta use the belt filter. So a belt reader is going to read a signal. What will that signal give me? So does a belt reader need the belt's item to be moving to be a signal? I feel like that's not good. Will this tell me the signal? Oh, that's not a display. Okay, the movement tells me the amount that's passing through, right? So it doesn't matter. I don't care about the flow rate. That's what that would display. So if I chuck the bin here, I believe it'll tell me the flow rate of the belt, which I don't care. It's always going to be 180 because that's how we've designed everything. What does this one tell me? That's a null signal. Okay. All right. So given that I'm going to need to have the belt split up somehow, right? So the belt's going to go that way, or it can go that way sometimes. So we need a belt filter to do that because I don't want it to split 50-50, right? We want the belt to be split based on whether we need it to bypass the swapper. And what I mean by that, let's just build out the dumb version of this first to see what the hell is going on. So basically, here's the swapper, right? If this had a shape, this swapper would function perfectly fine, and we should get the output out here or here. One of these 2 belts will give us the correct output that we want. However, this belt is empty and this swapper doesn't work. In those cases, I need this belt to go out directly because that's the shape we actually want. We don't need it to be merged with anything, right? So I think if we go to our wire section, the only way I know at the moment, and I might discover new ways to do this, but at the moment, the only way I know how to do that is using some sort of belt filter. Why is the belt filter like, all right. Okay, I need to create some space, sorry. Let me just remove this. Oh God, how would I do this? We need to create, we need space, we need space. Doing everything so cramped, not good. Let's just put one belt here, right? So we need a belt filter that tells it to go up that way. So we'll grab our belt filter. Oh, I want the thing to go up. Maybe the signal can come from down there. Right, so sometimes I want it to go straight for stacking, and sometimes I want it to go out for bypass. So how can we do that? Let's figure that out. If I just get a signal producer, is there like a 1 and a 0 that I can do? If it's null, what does it do? If it's null, it just stops it, right? Let me put bins everywhere so I can see the flow. So if it's null, it just stops it, right? So I need it to be a 1 for it to continue into the swapper, or I need it to be a 0 for it to go out that belt to bypass. So if it's a 0, it'll bypass. So does this is a different signal to 0, right? Is that a null signal, or what is that? How do I convert a null signal to a 0? Basically, this belt, how this belt behaves is going to be dependent on what is read from this belt, and how this belt behaves is going to be what's read from this belt. So if we get a signal, a wire to go up into here, that gives me absolutely no information whatsoever. So I'm thinking guys, we need, I'm guessing, not thinking, and we're going to test all this, but I believe what we're going to need is the logic gate, Because the logic gate, the way it works, as I explained before, but in the first episode, but I will go through it again for my own sake as well. It has sort of 3 inputs, right? And I don't know if this is going to work, so this could be all a ginormous waste of time. If I put a button on the end of here and a display on the other end, if I turn the button on, I put another button here. If the button is on, I can control the signal using another button, right? And if that signal is blank, then it stops it. So is that something that will be helpful here? So basically, I want this to always be on. Maybe I'll just use a button. That'll be easy to control. Eventually, I'll replace this with a signal producer that says 1. But if I do that, maybe I'll leave a little bit more space to see the color of the signal. So if I have a button and I turn it on, there's nothing coming from here. But if I have another button here, basically this button is always going to be on, right? And this button can toggle whether the signal turns on or not. When the signal turns on, it goes into the swapper. And when the signal turns off, it stops completely. That's not what I want, is it? I think I'm almost there. Give me a second. The signal producer I want to produce is a 1. And then this controls whether it's on. That sends a 1. But actually I want it, what if I send a 0? So if I send a 0 signal through, it's always bypassing, right? And that's going to go straight out. But if I want it to be based on this signal, if I toggle that off, then it's off completely. What? That doesn't help me. How do I make this a 1 or a 0? This is going to be our first big challenge. Let me play around with this. I'll eventually figure it out. It might take me an hour. It's an if statement, right? If this belt is blank, I want it to be a 1. How can I get that to do that? It's got to be something to do with this transistor. This is on. I can go that. If this is null, maybe I need to convert the signal that's coming in from here somehow. What if I convert the signal with any other logic gate? For example, a NOT gate. What does that give me? That gives me an on signal, and that on signal will give me stuff. Then what if I had shapes in here though? That's the question. I need to like belt another belt of shapes in here for testing. Wait, why am I belting shapes in here? Why can't I belt a signal in here? So if I get a belt reader onto up here, I'm just trying to test the belt reader signal, guys. So if we have a belt signal of shapes, then will it, oh no, that's not a belt reader, that's a belt filter, you muppet. Belt reader. So if we get a belt reader, Shift FF, this belt reader will does have a signal, right? So if it does have a signal, what does this do to this thing? If it does have a signal, it goes that way. And if it doesn't have a signal, it goes that way. Oh my god, isn't that exactly what we want? We just needed a NOT gate to convert the null signal to either an on or an off. Because this is a NOT gate just convert a signal, it just opposites the signal. What? I'm so confused. Not confused, but it's just, I guess, because it's a null signal, it's not working, right? So we need to opposite this. Does that mean I need to null it twice? Yeah, that works, because then that's 0 and then that's going to the bypass. That's the correct behavior, right? Now, so say this one goes to, I mean, I could do double NOT, but for some reason it doesn't work if you directly wire it in. Is that what I'm reading now? Because when you directly wire it in, it just stops because it's a null signal, and a null signal doesn't do that. It needs to be a 1 or a 0. But this double NOT gate converts that null signal into either a 1 or a 0 now. Because if I do have shapes through, I just need to, I know this is pointless, but I just need to confirm this with actual shapes, right? So if the input comes from here, where there's actual shapes, just gonna let it run for a sec. Yeah, there you go. See, it diverted. Now there's actual shapes. It's going straight through, right? Into the swapper. Amazing. Okay, so I just need a double NOT gate. The belt reader of the opposite belt that I'm trying to stack needs to read a double NOT signal from the belt reader. Sorry, the belt filter from the opposite belt needs to read a double knotted signal from the opposite belt it's trying to stack with. All right, concept achieved. let's try to implement that into practice. So basically we're going to need 2 belts and we're going to need some room to work, guys. So don't stack your 2 belts directly next to each other like an idiot. But basically these 2 need to read each other's belts. So I'm going to need 2 belt readers. That's definite for sure. And the signal needs to probably go upwards. And the filter can go downwards for this one, and that one can flip the other way around. Something like that. So this goes into the swapper. We'll pretty this up when we get it to work. This goes into the swapper. Let's just build a swapper so we know. Then this is the bypass. And the shape either comes out here, here, or here. One of these will be my shape. One of these 3 cables will be my shape, but not all, because yeah. This is the belt filter that works, so that needs to read off a belt reader. And a belt reader going this way will tell this top signal what to do. I'm not sure if this is going to work in practice, guys, so we're just going to have to try. I think we're on the right track though, that's the important thing, being on the right track. So if we bring that signal up, then we need a double knot somewhere. Knot. Great. See how this belt is empty and it's telling this belt to go that way? Excellent. This needs to behave a similar way on this side, right? So if I do that, then I need this to bring a signal also. I want to do this all on one level so it's easily going up. So how do I cross this thing? Maybe I need to create one more thing of space. Bring this all down 1. Can this signal crossing thing cross gates? No, it cannot. You get it? Cannot? No. I'm not going to start making jokes. Everyone's going to click off the video. Alright. We'll give it one more space. We'll put some wire in there. And then we'll get this one a crossover. Lucky they gave us this wire crossing thing. Oh, I'm so happy about that, because otherwise I'd be so furious all the time that I have to use, what, jumpers or something to stay on one level. But it'd be something like that, and that needs to be like a double knot as well, right? I can't confirm this is working at the moment. Is there a more condensed way to do this? I mean, I can bring it all over 1 to make it more confusing. Right? That should be the most condensed way to do that. You know what is dumb? You know who is dumb? Me, I'm dumb. No, wait, I'm not dumb. I was gonna say, why don't I line it up? Like, why don't I line this up with that? But no, because the belt filter always needs to be after the reader, because where would you put the belt reader if you're doing it here? No, that's silly. I'm not dumb. I'm just a little bit challenged sometimes. That's the belt filter. That's the, okay, this should just work, right? Should this just work? I believe it should just work. Let's line this up a little bit and let's give it a test. Right, so this one's gonna go not into the stacker. I need some bins to trash out the rest of this crap. Great, so that's gonna come in and it's gonna do its thing. We can test it with the top half. So if we copy this thing, let's test it with the top half. If we flip that, that should work exactly the same way at the top half. This should just work, right? Because this signal thing is gonna read the signal and go, yep, that's a shape, we're good, go forward, go forth into the swapper and come out here. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, and I assume this works too. This is bringing out this part of the shape. And then we would then swap and stack this together to get the final shape. Concept proved to work. Excellent. What we need to do is build the right amount of these swappers. So let's build an array. I don't have a swapping blueprint to tag off, so I'm just going to have to quickly build one. Maybe I will skip over this blueprinting, this basic non-MAM related stuff. I believe it's 4 swappers to a belt, and the swapping belt needs to go in with 2 inputs. So I need to split the inputs. I want to keep everything on the 1 level. And again, I'm going to do this the simplest way possible, because this is not a lesson in compact design. This is a lesson in, well, no, it's not a lesson in MAMs. The goal here is to build a MAM, not build compact designs. So where I don't have a compact design already built, if you want to check out my compact design series, it'll be in my channel somewhere. But where I don't have a compact design, I'm just going to do the most stupid design. And I believe it's the top part that gives me the output that I want, and the bottom part is just rubbish. So we want to output that somewhere. That's the swapping array that I want, the stacking array. The stacking array? Whoa. the swapping array, but it works as a stacker. That should give me a full output belt of the shape that I want, right? So instead of, let me condense this in a bit this way. So instead of this happening, I need it to get this happening into the swapping array, right? That and that goes into the swapping array, or this or this. So one of these three belts will give me my final output shape that I want. I think I got the belts here mixed up a bit. Let me just flush the system and try again. Because depending on which side I input, it screws with the output, right? Yeah, that's right. I was outputting the wrong side. All right, that's good. So in this case, it's giving me this top half of the shape because both signals are okay and those belts have stuff in them, and then it will trash this. That's fine. We'll leave that running, and that should give me a full output belt, hopefully, once all the gaps are filled. But yeah, roughly. We need a copy of this to work on the other side. So if I just copy this whole thing and I delete this nonsense, maybe I should compact this before I copy this. Because this is eventually going to need to work for 4 belts. Oh no. How am I going to make this work for 4 belts? I need to compact the crap out of this. So this is the true input. This is the true input. Inputting one of each belt. And then this is like the fake input thing, if that makes sense. True input, fake input. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me condense this. We've got to collapse this down. So I'll probably skip over this process because you guys don't want to watch this. Alright guys, I think I'm done with the compacting process. I think this is as compact as I want. Actually, maybe we'll go one more tile over just to make it as compact as possible in case I'm ever missing one tile. Wait, actually this doesn't need to be like that. Alright, almost done with the compacting process. I promise guys, I promise. That is as compact as I think I want it. Because of the jumpers, that's going to be the maximum amount of space. Then we've got the inputs here and here. Maybe we'll collapse the inputs a little bit. Like that. There we go. Now I've got a copyable thing that I can do across all 4 of these, right? So maybe one platform should just handle half the shape, and then we'll do it all on different platforms. Again, this is not a design in pure, it's not a design for compact, beautiful MAMs. It's just a functional MAM. First, we'll optimize later. So let's grab this, and then we need 4 of these, right? So where can we put 4 of these? The inputs are going to come from maybe here and here. We need some working space down here, and then we need to output the output out of this platform. We're just going to work on this 2x2 platform. We're going to put 4 of these here. So we're only going to work with 2 inputs. We're not going to do all 4 on one platform. We're just going to merge 2 shapes together, and then we'll copy that design over. So let's do the top half of the shape first. Since it's a dual platform, it probably makes sense to input like this, right? So let's put, oh no, I had it in clipboard. I hope we have enough undos. Take the whole platform with the thing on it, put it over here. Great, so I got my 2 inputs. They're gonna come from here, and I'm gonna need 4 of these machines. Probably like here, leave 1 space. No, it's not gonna fit. Is it gonna fit like 4 like this? Holy moly, it's actually hard to fit even 4 onto this platform. I'm gonna have to fit it like that and that. What? How is this hard to fit? What? Amazing. This is hard to fit. I'm gonna have to rotate one. All right, let's just do half, and then we'll do the other. We'll copy and paste over. So we only need 4, right? So 2 of these belts are gonna go into here, and one's gonna go into like. Wait, we need some space here. Maybe we need to push this up a bit, give like at least 4 tiles of maneuvering space for the belts. So one's going to go here, one's going to go here, and it's going to need to input like up here, right? Doesn't matter. Oh, wait, it does matter which one's which. Yep. Okay, so that's going to be the left shape. It matters. It doesn't really matter. It means I just have to change this if it happens to be wrong. And then I need 2 more belts to go to the other side, but I'll wire this side in first. Let's see if that's possible. We need to probably do some hops to get that in there. So let's do that. So 1 tab, we'll give a hop here maybe. That gives a little bit of opening here to get there. So that gives that shape. And then we need like one more to go over like up here, maybe to that one. But I want to maybe move that one down one. Just so I don't intersect the center, I can easily just copy and paste to the other side. So like that would work. And that's giving me the shape, and I need the shape out as well. So where can the shape go out? I guess we can just get the shape out this way and this way so that they're together. So that's two belts of the shape, and this should all be in theory working. Let me just test that theory because there's some shapes in here that's looking a little bit funky. This is not liking something. Let's just clear this. And is it just because it was stuck before? I feel like to be safe, I should put some bins here so the system doesn't jam up. I feel like not doing that, I'm gonna regret it. Is there enough room to put bins? I feel like there is, and I should. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm gonna like massively regret this if I don't put like a layer of bins in here? I think I'm gonna massively regret not having bins in there. Because at the moment, I'm assuming whatever I push out is correct. And that will just jam up the system one day, right? What's the output of this? That one, that one, that one, that one. No, why am I? Yeah, that one, that one, that one, that one. And then I need some bins. That. Then we go there. There we go. Now it's binned, and hopefully it gives me a full belt of the correct shape that I want. Why does it keep giving me the wrong shape? I think I've wired something incorrectly. Let me also move this one out one tile. So let me take this whole thing and we'll push it out one tile. And we'll just add some bins in there. How about that? I think I got something wired incorrectly. Like that, something like that. Then that can go in, that can go up, that stays the same, that can go like that, this stays the same. That's all happy. So yeah, I'm getting the two top halves of the shape. It is swapping and it is giving me a full belt. Let's see if this one works the same way. Yep, nothing is going into the bins, but just in case I somehow pipe the shape in incorrectly, because if you pipe in this shape and this shape reversed, it's not going to work anymore because it'll just chuck that shape into the bin, right? So this directionality matters. So it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Like it has to, yeah, it's going to be very confusing, but that's fine. Maybe that's a thing like later on. See how like this shape is either piped in backwards or it's, so the quadrant 1 shape is going into the right hand side, the quadrant 1 shape is going into the right hand side, and then it's outputting the wrong side. All right, that's cool. Cool, let's put the bins back. Cool, now that's functioning correctly and it's functioning at full pace. So let's get that copied over to the other side. It should be a mirror flip, right? Because I've done it such that it is a mirror flip. So we'll copy that and we will flip that and just pop it down here. That should be fine. We just need to hook in the inputs and the outputs and we're good to go. So which shape is which? Am I gonna have to trial and error this or figure this out? It should be an exact mirror flip. So I'm guessing square goes there. And I've left enough room to work, I hope. So if it's a mirror flip, then square goes there, I believe. Then I need a row of thingos there. So I need probably some gap here. So let me just put some belt launchers in. I'm gonna just have to use belt launchers for this, guys, because this is hard and I'm struggling. Is this the best way to do this? Because I feel like I've left a lot of room here, but not enough. Can I shift all this up one? Does it need to be this cramp all the time? If I shift everything up just like one tile, will everything just be slightly happier? I think so. I think that's better. Then we'll get a little bit of room to work with these last two belts. So one needs to go in here and tack onto this belt. Holy crap, this is getting so messy already. And then one needs to go in here and tack onto this belt. But which belt? Is it this one or this one? What is it? It's a mirror flip. So that one needs to go on the outer one. This needs to go on the inner one. Thank God, because the other way around would have been very hard to do. So that goes there, and I believe that goes there. And just like that. Does that make sense? Is that doing things that I want it to do? Are shapes coming out? Are we getting 4 belts of merged shapes? That doesn't look like a merged shape to me. Something's bypassing. But it is meant to be bypassing. Why is one signal... Oh no, they're both off. Okay. I was scared. I was like, why is the signals not right? I think one of these is wrongly wired, I believe. No? They're all working fine? Everything's working fine? Can't be. Something's got to be wrong. That's not right. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I mean, it's entirely possible every now and then I get something right. Alright, well, we built this all on one level, so that means it's very easily tripleable up. So should we triple it? I'm scared to triple things before I know it's fully working. Let's proof of concept this to make the full shape before we triple it up. How does that sound? I think that sounds better. I think in theory, if I just do this here, it should just work, right? That's the way I've designed modular design. I don't need to think. The bypass and everything should work. I need to let it run for a few seconds. We'll be right back when it's done that. Alright, I'm back, guys, and it looks like the bypass has worked. It's not going through the swappers at all, and that is exactly what we want to see. Now, we have our 2 half shapes. We just need to do that again. Now, I need to label some of this because I want to use this platform again and again, and order does matter. You can't pipe this in here and this in here and expect it to work because it'll be coming out the wrong output of the swapper. So I need to label this before we go any further. This is going to be the... I really should use cardinal directions, but I'm just as bad at cardinal directions as I am with clocks. So I'm going to call this the right half of the shape. And this is going to be the left half of the shape. Is this not a left and a right? It is a left half of a shape, yeah. So I'm getting confused by this thing. This is the left half of the shape. So this is left. And that should work exactly the same way here, guys, isn't it? That's the right half. It doesn't matter. Top and bottom don't matter, but left and right do matter. So that's the left half. That's the right half. I'm just going to label that on the platform as part of the design so that I know. Now that I have the left and right half, I haven't built an exit for one of these. So we need to exit these somewhere. Let's just exit it arbitrary here. Just like that. We get rid of these bins. And we'll exit them here like that. Okay, so that should exit the shape. I guess I can just delete and copy this, right, while I'm working on other stuff. So these are the exits. Now we've got turned our quarter shape back into half shape. So now we need to turn the half shape back into a full shape. So we need to turn it into a left and a right. So I'm going to let that run for a bit because that's going to be on the bottom and then that's going to be on the top, right? So the top needs to be the right. So I need to do a 90-degree. Is that clockwise? Yeah, that's a clockwise turn, guys. Clockwise turn. Wait, this is not my blueprint. Sorry, my blueprints are a little bit messed up from my BP redesign series. If you haven't checked that out on my channel, you can go check that out, where I struggle to make things onto smaller platforms. But that will allow us to 90 degrees. Did I say clockwise? I'm gonna have to figure this out again. See, this shape is coming out. Why is this coming out wrong for a while? Oh, because it comes out wrong for a while, I think, because the signal is not yet reading a belt, because they don't hit the belt at exactly the same time, right? So you'll start off by getting a few wrong shapes, but then the MAM will work itself out, it'll figure itself out, and then it'll be good. I mean, probably a better way to design this to not have this lag of incorrect shapes, but that's fine. Look, it's iteration 1.0. There's going to be some bugs. Users will report bugs, and we'll just say it's not a bug, it's a feature. So there, what are we doing? We're taking this shape and we want it to be the right shape. So we need to turn it this way, which is a clockwise, using our blueprint that turns things clockwise. Yes, that is the thing that we are trying to do. My God, if you're wondering why my blueprints have suddenly changed, it's because of the blueprint redesign series. I've actually redesigned some blueprints. But anyway, this is going to be on the bottom of the shape, and we want this to be the left, right? So left, right? So we need this to be turned that way, which is clockwise also. Why is that both turning clockwise? Whatever. Space belt. And then this belt can combine over this way. Man, I hate routing space belts. R to rotate it as I move it. And in theory, that will give me my final shape. I'm going to close my eyes and not touch a thing. And in fact, I'm going to route this into my base and deliver the shape. Let's route it into a train station. Or should I route it into a train station, or should I route it directly into base? Base is not very far away. I'm so confident I'm going to route whatever comes out of here directly into my base. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible, guys. It's not even going to be close to the right shape, is it? It's not going to be close to the right shape. What is this shape? What? It's the right shape. I think. It needs a little bit of a turn. It needs a bit of a turn clockwise. And we want to make everything the right turning. So let's do that. Wait, I want to denote each section of process with a little bit of a belt. So, because you're never going to remember. You're never going to remember what the hell you're doing when you're building a MAM. So make sure you document the code as well as you can as you write it. But is that my shape? Have I MAM'd? Have I created a MAMs? I believe I have. I've created a MAM that can create uncolored shapes dynamically. Is it outputting at full capacity? No. Well, I haven't tripled it up, but yeah. I believe I have. I believe that is the final shape. Oh, the throwing thing. I found a weakness. Oh wait, no, never mind. Is that? No, not really. It's turned the wrong way because clocks are hard. Counterclockwise. Why is it counterclockwise? It is counterclockwise turn. Alright, cool. I've MAM'd, guys. I've created parts of a MAM. So let's review what we did. We've got the quarter of the shapes coming in, and then we built this swapping array that uses a little bit of logic circuit to read each other's belt to decide whether they should go through the swapping array and swap and merge into a full shape, or whether one of the belts is actually blank and therefore it should bypass the swapping array and go straight out. So that's the only logic that we built, and by duplicating that, doing the top two halves and the bottom two halves, and then merging those two halves through a bit of rotation magic, we are getting our full shape. Then we're rotating the final output back out into the correct shape, and now we have MAM'd, guys. We've created the MAM. We're done. Series over. We can all go back to sleep now. Excellent. I'm just going to let this run for a bit because I want this shape to be done, and then I can see what the next shape is and I can decide where to go with the series. I really hope it gives us another uncolored shape so I can show you guys on video without me touching a thing. This thing will just start producing the next shape. That's ideally what I want to see happen. So this thing is being delivered now. It is delivering a shape. And how many of that shape do I need? I need 1,000. So let's see. You know what would be faster? You know, while I'm doing that, what I should do, silly me, I should triple this up, right? This design is done. I'm just wondering, do I want to collapse some belts using launchers? Someone told me that launching is fast, but you know what? Screw it. Screw it. Let's just do it with this because I don't want to reset the stuff on the belt. But apparently a launcher is faster than a belt in terms of a travel speed. Like, how do I explain this? Oh no, the second level cannot have bins. That sucks. No bins. No bins. No bins will jam the system. Is the bins like critical for the MAM to work? Oh no. Troubleshooting times. Oh no. Guys. Are the bins critical for the MAM to work? Does that mean I need to merge these belts somehow? God, how would I merge these belts across different levels? Why can't I have a bin in the second level? Can this somehow magically go down into the bin? No, it can't. Redesign required. Well, this shape is completing now, right? Yeah, it's doing it. Oh man, what the heck? I'm thinking, how do I do this? I need it to come down. I need, like, let's abstract the problem somewhere else to not interrupt our MAM. Let me build a platform. So my problem is that this thing needs to be duplicated upwards, but I also need the bin to work while the belt is here. So what if the belt had like more clearance like here, for example? We abstract the problem that we have. That way we don't have to interrupt our MAM working, because check this out, guys. The MAM is working. Alright, so we need a bin. So this belt needs to merge onto the belt from directly above it. So if I shift, I can shift this in any direction, right? So I can do that, or I can do that. Does that help me in any way? So how do I bring this belt down the cleverest way to meet this belt into a bin? Or should they all just have their own individual bins like that? Oh, then I need so much space. I mean, they could just have their individual bins, which is so dumb. Bin, belt. Well, 2 and 3, we can leave one room for one bin. Like, here's what I'm thinking. This is the dumbest way to solve this problem. There's probably you guys will tell me in the comments that I'm an idiot. And then that can have a bin. Then if we duplicate this up again onto the 3rd level, again it can just come out and then it can go down. And I know things can go backwards, so that can have a bin. So it'll be something like that. Ugh, disgusting. Because I think these bins are necessary for clearing the trash out of the MAM. Also, our milestone is done. We can claim we got a new shape, guys, and it's uncolored. Let's see if the MAM automatically figures that out and switches itself. So let me copy this shape code. Why does it? How do I pin this random milestone? Someone tell me how to pin this random milestone. I should be able to hold and drag to rotate the shape. No, pin milestone. What the heck? All right, I'll manually make it. Current. That's spelled wrong. Gonna tilt somebody, gotta fix it. Yeah, so that's gonna be the current shape, and in theory my MAM should fix itself, flush itself, and start making that new shape. Because let's see if it's gone through the process of going, now I want a star. The star is the top left, so it takes a while for the MAM to figure out which one is the top left. So the top left should be flushing its crap out. It's not. Oh, yep. Because I'm only working the stacking on one level. See how this thing has changed? It used to be pulling squares, and now it's pulling stars. So this thing should very soon, when it comes from the top left, I don't know which top left belt routes to. Top left goes here, underneath here, across to here. So this, see this? Stars are coming, right? And stars are coming. It's merging in with the thing. It's swapping, and it's giving the star. It's giving the star, guys. Look at that. We got some of the new shape. Amazing. The MAM is working, guys. This is exactly what I wanted for this show. Logically, we're not going to do this stacking process yet. This is step 3, right? Because before you can piece together the shape, you should color the shape first. But because these are giving me all these uncolored basic shapes, I just wanted to, give ourselves a bit of morale that we're going to be able to make the MAM. And just make a semi-functional MAM. So this is like a very, very basic MAM that can make uncolored single layer shapes, basically, right? So that is definitely, we're progressing in the right direction, is the point that I'm trying to make. Very poorly. I'm a little bit excited. I feel good. I feel like there is hope ahead for us. Excellent. What we do need to fix before we close off this episode is the design of these bins, because I do believe the bin placement is critical. So I need to move this out 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles out. 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't have enough room to do that. The bin placements are critical, guys. The bin place, okay. I can move it 4 tiles out, but it's gonna break my entire build. Well, this is basically going to be the whole rest of the episode, so feel free to stop watching now. But yeah, I need to solve this problem before I go. So we need to redesign this whole thing for 3 layers. So we're going to have to strip away this half of it. We're going to have to strip away the outputs, and we're going to have to start again. Strip it back to bare bones, guys. One iteration of it at a time. This is the bare bones of my machine. It needs to be doing this thing here. What if I borrow the second layer? Can I borrow the second layer? Is there a way to do this but like not so big? Why is this so big? Because of this little signal thing. Can I put the signal thing somewhere smarter? Not really. I need the space for the signal to process cross and do all its signal majiggy. I'm already routing this thing into the middle, using up the space that the jumpers are creating. But it's not happy, guys. It's not happy. I said we're not going to do a build compacting series, and I mean it, right? Because this doesn't fit. So you know what? Solution, 3x3 platform. I don't like it. I wanted to fit everything on a 2x2, but it doesn't look like it's happy with me. So I need 3x3. And let's abstract this problem again. And I think I'm doing it the stupidest way, but I don't want to focus this on design. I want to focus this on the MAM. So we're going to take this output out. I think, was it 4 tiles? So one comes down, bin in the middle. There's going to be another set of bins here in the middle. And then my second and third layer outputs, because they can't have bins, need to, I need to leave the space for it to go down. Let me just validate this works on the second level. So if we put one down on the second level, I should be able to route this out and down and into there. Is that how that works? And then just validate that it works on the third level too, in case there's anything funky going on. That needs to go out. It's crazy how bins are a problem. That needs to go out and backwards and down, right? I think that works. Yeah. Okay. Let me figure out a design for one level first. So this is my base design. Let me just get my extra thing here, just so I know. The input, that's the singular output. 2 in, 1 out. All right, great. So I need it to work like that, and I need 4 of them. So we've got plenty of room now, so let's not kill ourselves with trying to save space or anything. Where's the center line? The center line is around here, so let's just put one maybe here. It's so disgusting. I hate these 3x3 platforms because they're so massive. Here. Wait, why am I designing 2 at a time? Maybe I just design 1 at a time. Yup. Let me just check which one goes into which, because that is important. Left goes into left. Wait, that's not even the right platform I'm looking at. So the first one goes into the first one. All right. So whatever comes out of here goes into, wait, that's not my platform. It's over here. Whatever comes out of here goes into this one. So 1, and then samesies, like that. That one's gonna be that one. Okay. Then, oh, it's horrible, guys. Look how much empty space there is. I've fit it into here. Why? It's just too small to fit it into here. Is it too small to fit into here? Why is it too small to fit into here? Can't I just put another one here, and then I don't have much room to route out the belts? But I have plenty of room to route out the belts. Headache. Beautiful headache. Or bad headache. I don't know. Let me try. Wait. Oh wait, no, what am I doing? It's this thing. It's this. That's the condensed one. This is the full one that I want to fit in. That's not gonna fit. 4, is it? I mean, it can. You guys are gonna hate me. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Nothing needs to be on this side. This can route directly up. Inputs come out from down there, so I can block off this entire side. I don't care. You want to leave as much room for input as possible. Output only needs 2 belts. Maybe one needs to be offset a little bit to allow that belt to come out. Something like that. Then 1 belt can come out here. 1 belt can come out here. That's the output done. Now the input, 1 needs to go here. 1 needs to go here. How do I get there? Oh god. How do I get there? What if we go out 1 more to give room to weave around the side? We're still not touching the center line, guys. We've got plenty of room. We got this. We got this. Sorry, look, I apologize for my OCD. I don't like this. It's just empty space. I feel like, it grinds some gear inside me when I see that. It just doesn't, I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. My OCD is killing me. Okay, so that's the 2 inputs of that, and I need the 2 inputs from here to be able to go over there. So I'm going to use the middle area to do that. So that one's definitely going to go to that one. Then we need another one to go up and over. Like that. Alright, that's 2 inputs in, and then I need to be able to hop over here somehow. So I'm going to need to do this input a little bit cleanly. Something like that. Oh man, that's going to be a struggle to hop. How am I going to hop 2 belts across this mess here? Alright, well let's try it. We're definitely going to need to clear the area, because that's barely enough room. There's nothing that can hop this mess of belts. I need this tile clear. I can't shift everything up 1. Can this belt reader be like a little bit up? No, because I need the signal. I wish I can switch the position of these 2 belt readers like that. Then this signal can do something else. So this signal needs to go into this belt reader like that, and then this signal needs to come down and hop across here and go into this one. Is that how that works? And then this one of these, there needs to be a NOT gate somewhere. So does that mean this can go here, and then that signal can come down even cleaner? Something like that. Is that working? Like that. And that way I can clear this area's belt by some weird magic I just did. Because then that would allow hopping, which will allow these 2 belts out, right? And then that would allow these 2 to hop to here and then come out and do and play with its friends on this side, right? And then these 2 belts should be easy to route. I think that works. I just need to flip the whole design. Lord. Like that. Cut this bit. Get that inputted onto this side. But is that flipped correctly? Wait, is that flipped correctly? That doesn't look flipped correctly. It is flipped correctly, but if it's flipped... No, I don't want to flip it. Sorry. Give me a sec. I want to copy it, because I don't want to flip it, because I want there's no way I'm getting these 2 belts onto the other side, so I want to just copy it normally. Where's the outputs of this thing? The outputs are there, the inputs are there and there. Yeah, that makes sense. If I put it down like that, is that lined up properly? Yeah, that's lined up, isn't it? That works. So the input for this one, that's an input for that one, can come from here. It's not pretty, guys, but it works like that. And then the input for this one is this one. That works. And then the input for this one, oh, I need 1 space of clearance, isn't it? Is it I need 1 space of clearance for the belt to go up and around? No, wait, that's already got the space of clearance. Sorry, this belt's already being routed up. All right, great. So then I just need this belt to go here and then this belt to go here, and that should work. And then I need my outputs to go to the correct outputs, which is up here and up here. I believe that works. I need to test it on 1 floor before I duplicate it up a lot. And also, guys, boom, done. Amazing. All right, let's see if it can handle this half weird shape while I'm figuring out the rest of this design. Oh no, I can't let it do it because I need to test the design. Damn it. All right, let's put the signs back in. Oh, the signs don't even fit anymore. I don't even have room for the signs. Are you serious? The signs are so big that I don't have any room for them. Crazy. Put it here. Good enough. It tells me the right is on this top half, the left is being processed down on this half. Well, sorry, not processed. They're all being processed, but it tells me the right socket is this socket and the left socket is this socket. All right. So, well, we know the MAM works. I don't care. Let's gut it, right? We know the MAM works, so let's just gut it. Delete. Let's take a copy of the old working one so we don't lose it. Delete, 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 and replace it with this new version. Oh, let's hope it still works. All right, shapes are coming in. Shapes are not coming in here. Why? There's no shape coming in here because it's blank. But that's fine. That's a good test as well. Shapes are coming in here. And no shapes coming in here. That's fine. Is that correct? I'm so confused. What shape are we trying to make now? We're trying to make this shape. Copy that code. Let's edit the current shape. Yeah, half of it's going to be blank. So we'll test the bypass, I guess. It is giving me full outputs of shapes. Something is wrong here. Why is this deleted? What happened to my NOT gate? Okay, great. Now it's passing through. It's bypassing. Why is the output changed? What? Okay, I must have inadvertently changed where the shape's coming out. All right, cool. Now we're getting the half shape and the half shape, and both half shapes are nothings, but that's fine. And then it should go into this thing, which also is broken. Why is this the only NOT gate that's not broken? What happened? I'm so confused, but let's just copy that over. Think it's working? Well, sorry, it's coming out the wrong side again. What the hell did I just try to build? Well, this is the old flushed shape. And is this the shape that I want? It looks like it. It looks like it. Look, I'm seeing it. That is the shape that we want. Give me one. Looks like that. And once it goes through its rotation, obviously, it's gonna work. Happy days. All the belts are full. This belt is not. Because it's missing its NOT gate. This belt is not because it's not missing its NOT gate. Excellent English. Okay, that's fine. That fixes that. That fixes that. That fixes that. That's all fixed. Yep, a little bit of confusion going on here with the blankness of the shape. But eventually it figures it out. Once it fully saturates, it will figure it out. Great. I think this is working. It's working at 180 as well, I believe. Let's have a look at some of the inside shapes. Yeah, I believe they're all working at around 180. Efficiency is second priority. I mean, I'd like to get efficient where I can, but I believe that's working. That's giving me 4 full output belts of shapes, 4 full output belts of shapes, and 4 full output belts, kind of 4 full output belts of shapes. This still has a bypass, right? If an entire half shape is missing, it's still fine, right? Yeah, I think so. I think so. So this works, excellent. Except we need to now do the thing where we put it onto the second and the third layers. So let me just copy that up, one, copy that up, one, and then we need to do the routing for the bins. So the whole point of doing all of that changes was so we can route this out to the bins. Can I copy this somehow? Will that work? Oh good, it does work. It lets me copy it. Thank God, I didn't have to do that a billion times. So that should make the second level work also. Yeah, I think that the bins are 100% necessary because when the shape changes and some stuff screws up here, it might need to flush whatever's currently in the system. I think, I'm not 100% sure. My FPS is not liking this, but that's fine. FPS be damned. We might have to end up programming the end stage of the MAM at like 10 FPS, but so be it. Why can't I build this onto the third level? Well, what's your problem? Oh, I've copied 2 layers, sorry. Scared me then. I was like, why? Wait, no, I didn't copy 2 layers. This is the ground level. This is the second level. This is the third level. And it's like, I hate everything in life. What? Alright, let me copy the ground level again. God, what is happening with this game? Oh, yeah, there we go. It should just, the only thing that can't copy should be the bins, which is exactly what I'm solving for by doing this. I don't know if the bins are necessary. Tell me in the comments. I feel like they are. But maybe they aren't. I don't want my system to jam. That's the thing. If I didn't have the bins, I feel like the system would jam. Now it should handle all 3 layers of output. Why is this signal different? Alright, because the shapes aren't coming through fully yet. But this should now work at triple speed. So let's get that in there. And let's get that in there. Maybe we should clean up some of this. Control X that over there. Bring the cable do a little bit of cleanup at the end of the episode, guys. Always clean up your work. You start writing dirty code saying you're going to clean it up later, and then you never end up cleaning it, and then it's always going to be dirty for the rest of your life. And then the next poor programmer comes along and reads your spaghetti code, and nobody is ever happy. Nobody wins in that scenario. Well, you win because, you know, you're not working for that company anymore and you don't care. But anyway, I care, so I'm going to put everything to its right order. I probably don't need 3 labels telling me that's right? No, I'll just keep the labels. What's a few extra objects? Alright, everything's moving along. Everything's moving along. This shape is being produced, and look at that. Hands off the keyboard, guys. 3 milestones down. 3 milestones down. Let's watch this shape tick over, and then you'll see the MAM kick into gear and then start producing something else. It's gonna be awesome, guys. It's gonna be awesome. And of course, we're gonna build the final MAM like as close to the base as possible. We have to do a little bit of cleanup with these belts. We need to condense, like squish everything like together, so that way there's not all this trash in the belts whenever the new shape comes on and the MAM has to like switch gears and change shapes. So there's not as much of a sort of lag time between the thing. I should probably also, while we're waiting for that to happen, save some of my platforms. So we saved this as part 1 of the MAM, the quadra, right? This platform, what does it do? Let's have a good name, right? Whenever you're coding, you've got to name your functions well, guys. So this is it takes in 4 shapes and it outputs the correct quadrant. So this is my dynamic quarter shape selector. Dynamic quarter shape selector. Because I also want to make these blueprints available to you guys as part of the MAM build. Link in the description. That way you can start playing around with my components if you want. That sounded a little bit dirty, actually. Now get your head out of the gutter. Dynamic quarter shape selector. Yep, that's a good name for it. What icon? What icon? Quarter shape MAM dynamic. I don't know. You guys tell me a good thing for this blueprint. All right, and then this thing is a swapper that stacks. So combiner, should we call it a shape combiner? Dynamic shape combiner, because it has a bypass, right? Because it detects null shapes. So we should call this a dynamic shape combiner. Should I just get rid of dynamic? Is everything dynamic? Is that like the core essence of a MAM is that the whole thing is dynamic, right? It's not static. It works off variables. Whatever. Alright, MAM series. Let's just save that as dynamic shape combiner. That'll be the title of this video, guys. Alright, I've been prattled on long enough. We know this works. Look, another level complete. We still got more random shapes, but we know our MAM can handle all sorts of random shapes. Please give me a shape with a color, and we will work on our painting array next time, guys. We'll work on our painting array next time. Alright, great. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and stay tuned for more MAM content, and check out my other playlist on build compacting. That's pretty cool as well. I think you can really enjoy me struggling to try to fit everything onto a 1x1 or a 1x2 platform. But other than that, if you've enjoyed my content, please hit that subscribe button or like the video. Otherwise, I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys.